Tiger Brands is principally a branded foods group, but also manufactures personal and home care products using brands such as Elizabeth Ann's. Tiger Brands has a market cap of 48 billion rand and a price to earnings ratio of nearly 15. And I still can't get over the story that the tomato sauce bottles were made smaller without telling the consumer. What kind of strategy is that? Let's set that aside, personal feelings, but how do you feel about Tiger Brands?
Well, Tiger Brands as a total business, I mean, the most recent results were quite disappointing. As you can see from the share price dropped to 290, from 290 to a low of about 241. In terms of just looking at the personal care space, looking at personal care and baby care, if you want to look at personal care for babies, so to speak.
Elizabeth Ann's is big in the baby space.
Yeah, Purity, that's about 10% of their operating profit. The margins there are very good. They're hovering around the mid-20s level. With baby care even higher. The top line growth has been a bit disappointing. That's probably from internationals coming into that space. So you can see what Tigers is doing by limiting top line growth and maintaining margins. They're protecting their brands by protecting their price points.
Baby care business is big business. I can tell you because I've got 2 babies.
Ah, excellent. Well, mine are all far too big to use stuff that goes onto the bottom. But I don't know. I mean, it's only a marginal part of the business, and I'm not sure that they're necessarily adding to it. Because, of course, they offloaded and unbundled Adcock Ingram, which had got the critical care and then all the other sort of stuff. That's all
elements
gone.
And the Carenza C and
but
those brands.
I may be wrong. They did buy that thing called the Designer Group sometime in the last 18 months. Tiger Brands did. And that contained a whole lot of stuff which was in this space.
Back in the medical space?
No, more in the sort of consumer products type stuff. I think they had some brands there called, there's something which is called, I don't know, like Soft and Lovely or something.
He knows about this, the Soft and Lovely from Paul Theron.
But I don't know, would you say, do you think Tiger Brands is going to make more progress in this space, or do you think it's more going to be on the food side?
I think they would focus more on the food side. I think they're finding this space quite difficult at the moment. Progress could come from fixing some of the mistakes that they've made recently.
And of course, they could also just make all the packaging smaller to increase their margins without telling us.
Absolutely. The most recent acquisition there has been the Status brand, so they are looking to add to that space.
Ah, exactly.
The Status brand.
Right. Yeah, Status deodorant.
Yes, absolutely.
The lipstick effect for men. Although you should always smell good, even if you're happy. So they are looking to grow that space, but I think more of the focus will be on the grocery side.
So let's look at this graph. What are we looking at? You know, a pretty sturdy movement to where we are at here.
Yes, a nasty fall there. I mean, that is a nasty fall that we've seen in recent weeks, although it has regained there in the last couple of days. Look, I don't know. I mean, for me, Tiger Brands is a fantastic story. It's a 50 billion rand market cap company that is going to dominate consumer goods in Africa. And the reason they're going to dominate is, unlike everyone else who just wants to put stuff in a container and send it off to Lusaka or to Lagos or wherever, Tiger has actually gone to the trouble of getting into these markets, acquiring stakes. We know they're talking to Dangote and Nigeria at the moment. I think, you know, in 10 years' time, they're going to be one of the major consumer companies on the African continent.
Do you believe that that is in their growth profile? They're going to be one of the major consumer companies on the continent down the line?
Look, it's difficult to say. They'll definitely be a proper player. I mean, keep in mind that Africa is not an untapped market where you can basically walk in and take market share. There are internationals present there. So there's always competition. Yes, the margins are better. If you operate well, you can perform exceptionally well, but there are issues.
Well, let's go to hot or not. I can anticipate a hot coming from you on this one. Hot on Tiger Brands. And Daniel?
So I've got the same view as Clicks, whereas I like the business, but not so much the entry price. But I know if I say that again, you're going to get upset.
I'm going to throw you out the studio, not just get upset.
So on a medium-term view, I think it's a great business. I'd prefer to wait for a better entry price, but that aside, I think medium-term it's great. So you can say hot.
We're going to hot?
Yep.
Hot. I thought that was going to come to another conclusion. Anyway, we're going hot.